I'm thrilled as the mayor of Niagara Falls. I get to do a lot of interesting things, and I'm thrilled today to be able to welcome the Premier of Ontario to Niagara Falls. And I want to tell you a few things about this gentleman. He is a great guy to work with. He always returns our calls. He's got Niagara Falls and Niagara's best interests at heart. He even had it on page 47 of the budget, where he specifically outlined commitments to this area, and we're very grateful for that. You know, and a few things I want to point out specifically, he's committed to the GO train, regularly scheduled service right into Niagara Falls GO train service, which is huge. It helps to clear the congestion on the highway. It helps us connect to the greater Golden Horseshoe. And for people that live here in Niagara, you can still live here and take the train every day to get to work and come home again in a predictable way. He's also agreed to twin the Garden City Skyway, which again is going to help with future congestion. And anyone driving on that highway, it's not getting quieter, it's getting busier. And the other thing, the big thing, and the main reason that we're out here today is, as you look over my shoulder, this is the site of the new hospital to be built right here in Niagara Falls to service Niagara South. Yes. And I want to tell you, this Premier has reaffirmed his commitment to build the center of excellence, because we all know healthcare is #1 on everybody's list, because eventually it'll touch every one of our lives. And our hospital, it served its better days, built in 1958. Now we're going to get something that we need, and we know that we've got the commitment of the Premier. And one of the many things that I like about this Premier, he knows how to get things across the finish line. You know, a lot of people talk about things, but what this gentleman does, he listens, he asks questions, and then he takes action. And that's the key. He gets things across the finish line. He's willing to work with other levels of government and cross party lines to get things done, because as politicians, we're not here to play politics. We're here to work for the people and get the job done, and that means working together. And a great example is what this Premier did with our Prime Minister in Windsor for Stellantis, where we've got a multi-billion-dollar investment for thousands of jobs that's going to assure the future of Ontario. And I want to say, this Premier understands, he's got the business background to get it. That's how you work together to have a successful province. Please put your hands together to thank this Premier for what he's done. Now, I do want to mention Premier, and I know, you know, I'm grateful that he's here today, and, you know, he's done so many wonderful things and made so many great commitments. And the reason that I've asked him to come here to this mic is because I want to personally endorse this Premier for the next 4 years to lead our province. And I obviously, I put a lot of thought into that, and I thought we need a steady hand at the helm. We don't want someone learning on the job. This is a very critical time. And I believe as we come out of COVID, this has the potential to be the most profitable, successful time in Ontario's history and Niagara's history if we do it right. And I believe this is the man to finish what he started, to get the job done. So please welcome our Premier, Doug Ford.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's greatly appreciated. Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming today, and Mayor, thank you. You want to talk about leadership, he's being humble. We've worked for four years, well, there you are, okay. We've worked 4 years together, and as the Mayor said, I don't care what political stripe you are, we're going to work together to build Ontario, to make sure we have better jobs and bigger paychecks. And nothing can change a community more than putting a brand new hospital in here. I'm so excited about that. And we have 50 hospital projects right across Ontario. Seems like every single region's getting a new hospital. We're investing over $40 billion into the healthcare system just on hospitals alone with infrastructure. But again, Mayor, thank you for your leadership. I want to thank all the folks over there, because without each and every one of them, this wouldn't be possible. They're the backbone behind getting the hospital done. And I'll tell you, we have a great representative with Bob Gale here, Gale, and you're doing a great job, Bob. Thank you. A real true business person. As I always say, you know, if someone asked me right this second who the local MPP is, I couldn't tell you. I just couldn't. Do you know who the local representative right behind me, the mayor for the last 4 years. I call him a double hatter. He's the mayor and the local MPP because he's concerned about making sure that we're creating good paying jobs for the people of not just Niagara Falls, but Niagara region. And we're the only people, the only party that's going to put money back into your pockets, no matter if it's the license plate stickers or cutting the tolls or lowering the gas tax. And one of the largest infrastructure projects is the Garden City Skyway. That's going to be absolutely massive. And for anyone here that's been stuck on that Skyway during rush hour, well, that's not going to happen any longer. We'll have Toronto going one way, Niagara traffic going the other, and it's going to alleviate a lot of traffic. And on top of that, it's going to get goods to market as quickly as possible. So I want to thank everyone. Can't wait to come back and cut the ribbon at the new hospital. So thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Andrea Williams with
Hi,
Radio
Andrea.
Canada and
Hi.
CBC today.
Thank you.
My first question is, there's a new survey ordered by CBC that revealed that you are the Francophones' favorite candidate
Thank you.
for this election. So I wanted to get a reaction from you about that,
Thank you.
and also ask you if that's going to motivate you to learn French faster.
Oh yeah, believe me, I'm obsessed with learning French. I took a little break because of COVID, but I'm going to get right back at it. And first of all, I just want to thank all the Francophone Ontarians. I'm very, very grateful. But you know, I have to really give a shout out to. I have to give a shout out to my great minister, Minister Caroline Mulroney, that really drove the file, was instrumental in the only government to have 2 universities, but most importantly, an economic strategy for the Francophone community, that Caroline has worked with the Francophone community to make sure we have a strategy. But let's make no mistake about it. The Francophone community want good jobs, they want great health care, great education for their kids, and that's exactly what we're going to deliver to the people of Ontario.
Yeah, I have a follow-up.
Yeah.
So you're talking about gas prices now, but we've seen documents from your meetings 3 years ago with oil companies, and you didn't even raise the issue back then. So why not?
Well, first of all, I'm the only government and the only leader that's willing to cut the gas tax. We cut 4.3% and then another 5.7 cents. But I asked the question to the 3 other leaders, are you for the carbon tax? The answer is yes, they're for the carbon tax. You can't say you're for lower gas prices and in favor of the carbon tax. It just doesn't cut the smell test. You're for the carbon tax, you're getting jacked up on the prices, on the gas prices. We're the only government that's going to reduce the gas prices by 5.7 cents and put more money back into people's pockets.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Ford.
Hi.
I'm wondering if you could talk about what you think should happen with housing prices specifically. Should they come down? Should they stall? Should they keep going up?
What we have to do is supply and demand. That's as simple as that. And I know we're working with the mayor and all other 444 municipalities. We're working collaboratively to make sure they have the tools that they need to get the permits out the door, to get things building. And I'll tell you, this mayor gets it. He gets building, he gets housing, he understands to create development, to create more jobs. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to cut through the red tape. We're standardizing the process across the province to make it easier for people to attain affordable housing. That's critical. Yes, we need affordable housing. We need attainable housing too, meaning that people can actually own a home. So that's our goal. We had the largest housing starts in 30 years, over 100,000 last year. The largest rental starts, over 11,000 of them in 30 years. So, you know, we are going to set our goal of 1.5 million homes over the next 10 years.
Okay, I didn't hear an answer to my actual question about housing prices, but my follow-up is, do you
Supply, I'm sorry, I'll answer it again. Supply and demand, you flood the market with supply, the housing market's going to level off.
Okay. My follow-up is yes or no, do you think housing is a human right?
Well, you know something, everyone deserves a roof over their head, 100%, no matter if they can afford it or not. And our government will make sure that everyone has a roof over their head. But do you know what people want more than anything? They want to be able to own a home, own a condo, put their hard-earned money into ownership. The people don't want to be having rentals. They want to put money into housing and buy a home And you know, that's everyone's goal, and that's our goal too.
My name is Ray Spiteri with the Niagara
Ray.
Falls Review. Mr. Premier, it's not common that Mr. Diodati endorses candidates in federal and provincial elections. What does this mean to you to get an endorsement from the mayor of Niagara Falls?
Well, I'm so fortunate to have a relationship with the mayor, and we started it off right from the get-go. We just clicked, and I'm very, very grateful for the mayor's endorsement. I'm grateful for the other mayors around Ontario's endorsement. They know that they're going to have a government that's going to work collaboratively with them, support them when they need support. They can pick up the phone. All 444 of them have my cell number. They pick up the phone, they call me, they message me. They know they're getting a call back right away. And many of them have told me they've never, ever had access to a premier, ever, like they have with myself. But it's all about collaboration. You know, you look at some of these large projects we're doing across Ontario. We wouldn't be able to do it without the collaboration, cooperation of the municipalities, the provincial government, and the federal government. And I think we've seen that no matter if it's, you know, investing in the auto sector, getting the auto sector to invest in Ontario over $14 billion, tens of thousands of jobs, or even building transit. All three levels have been working so well together. And again, I don't care about political stripes. I don't care if you're purple, green, orange, blue. We're going to get things done, and that's exactly what we've done the last 4 years.
And a follow-up question with the GO train. Obviously, it's returning here for on the weekend.
Yes.
Seasonal GO train service. Is there a plan to increase year-round service and more trains coming between Toronto and Niagara Falls? How quickly can we see that?
Yeah, we're going to put the pedal to the metal, as we say, on that. And I'll just give you one example. The previous government said they'd get it done by 2023. They did absolutely nothing. In our first year, we're able to get GO rail service into Niagara, and we're going to increase the service.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks, everyone. All the very best. And let's get the shovels in the ground for the hospital. Thank you.